game of the best of threes is always riposte, I think.
Yep, always riposte. And that riposte tiebreaker is one of the things that makes this tournament so much fun once you get into the elimination rounds, at least in my mind, right? Because it's just beautiful.
I think it's partially the fact that it's rotationally symmetrical. It's partially the fact that it's really small. And I think it's also the fact that it's really an unusual map because you just don't see it very often. You see it like we see it occasionally in a clan battle season or like ranked or something, but it's just because it's not a map that you play in random battles.
Exactly.
It's got that kind of feeling to it, which is
Indeed.
really cool.
All right, well, spawning into northern waters here, my boys in green, Team INGEN, bringing a St. Vincent, Des Moines, Moskva, and Henri, fronted by Triple Destroyer, Gearing, and Double Kleber. We did win this map twice yesterday. We had to have a come-from-behind win in Game 7, so I'll be curious to see if the trend holds.
Okay, we've got Montana, Moskva, Petro, Stalingrad, Venezia, and so only 2 destroyers on my team. We've got 2 Klebers. We were running double Klebers or Harus and Yu Yangs yesterday. And it was working pretty nicely. I think French destroyers on this map makes a lot of sense. I noticed that both sets of Klebers are going the same way, so that's going to be interesting in about a minute's time.
It will be. Yesterday, we were able to quick cap A with the double Kleber twice in both games that we played. So this is the first time they've run into someone also running that strategy, and I'll be curious to see how that shakes out.
So you see, one of the interesting things on this map is, do you go heavy A or heavy BC side? And my team yesterday was choosing, from the north side at least, was choosing to do heavy BC push. And the problem with that is it takes a long time. So I noticed that they've actually swapped sides now, so they're going heavy A side. And given that this was our map choice, I think that's a very deliberate change.
Yeah, my team went heavy A. Heavy A. Their whole strat has been heavy A. They are now spotting the Klebers here early. But I mean, knowing that there's 2 Klebers on the other team, you sort of expect to run into this, right? I mean, King Viper going to take some early hits here. Woof.
This is the thing with the Klebers. If you have 2v2, you have to do good focus fire. And I noticed that your team is maybe spreading their shots a little bit. With both of your Klebers shooting different
targets. Yeah, good point. And not really having any support, whereas Damon's Stalingrad at least had a good salvo on Viper's Kleber there. But nobody else had shells. We're just now starting to see some shells come in from Jetwaters' Des Moines.
Yeah, my Sakurajima on my team needs to just watch the corner of that island. You know, you never know when there's a little secret rock hidden under the surface that's going to catch you out. Okay, so we've got... Our Petro is pushing up. So Ken, who yesterday was playing a destroyer all day, is now over in the Petro. So he's going to be pushing up that corner. I wonder whether Petro is going to make a run for the one island, you know, the middle island.
Indeed. We saw one of the games we played yesterday against Gaishu's team. They took a Schlieffen this route and tried to get him in behind that island. And it with mixed results, right? It was a huge brawl over there that was entertaining to watch, but ultimately didn't go his way.
So yesterday my team tried Napoli and a St. Vincent, with the Napoli smoking up the St. Vincent. They tried that a couple of times. So on this map, and then on I can never remember the name. The Pokeball map. I can't remember what it's called. They tried to
Sleeping Giant.
They tried to smoke a Schlieffen into Sleeping Giant into the Thunderdome. It didn't go well for the Napoli. It went very well for the Schlieffen.
So we saw the Stalingrad radar come up there and drive Well Done's Commander's Kleber off the cap. The Petro radar not in range, really, if he continues to work the top end of that cap circle, as it looks like he is going to.
Okay, so Ken has stopped on the corner in the Petro here. So Ken needs to be very careful because he's going to come under all of the focus fire. Daimon in the Stalingrad is in a very dangerous position for the St. Vincent, because, of course, the further down the St. Vincent pushes, the more broadside it's giving.
This could be a really nice torpedo salvo on the St. Vincent. In fact, he's turning into it just a little bit. Looks like he might have a gap here if he sees him coming. I think he's still going to take 2 of these. Yep. Right at the
Ooh, that's
extreme edge of their range, they ran
yeah.
out.
That's
Followed up by
unlucky.
a good hit from
Yeah,
the Stalin.
when the torp hits you and you see the ones that miss you just stop like
Just
in the middle of
stop.
your ship, you're
Yeah.
like, oh man,
Feels bad. It feels
that's rough.
bad.
So note the position of the roll Montana. So English gent there in the middle is just pushing up into the middle, and that's going to be potentially a problem for the St.
Yeah.
Vincent. But obviously, it's also putting pressure
And the
on
Des Moines.
the other side.
Yeah. You definitely pin Jetwaters where he is. He's going to struggle to move out of that position. If he moves too far forward, he gets slapped by somebody. Here comes a Montana salvo on the St. Vincent. That's a very strong Montana position.
Yep, Stalingrad also just took a bit off the nose as well, just before that. The danger of pushing down to that island is obviously that you have to try to compromise on your angle to the ships that are trying to shoot you from your side, but also get to the island, and it can be very tricky. Sometimes there's just a volley that you have to take.
Well, St. Vincent's still got a heal coming in a little bit, but I got to say, you guys have a big health advantage right now, and if I'm honest, I think I like your board position just a little better because that central Montana is going to be so huge. It's going to be very impactful. Our St. Vincent is actually getting very low.
Yeah. Yep, little chunk on the backside there, some fires. Yep, is the heal. Heal's ready in 3 seconds.
He's dead. He'll burn out before it gets there. Oh, right as the heal comes up.
That's
the
I guarantee
worst.
That player was drumming on the tiki.
That's the worst. Yep. You're smashing the heal button, and it's like, nope.
please. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so that's going to open up the ACAP side a little bit.
Big time.
I think Ken is going to maybe start a run up to that island.
Well, they've decided to pick on English Gents Montana now as he moves to the middle of the board.
Yep, fair enough. Out in the middle, I assume they're just pushing. Are they going to push for the cap? I wouldn't want to go too far here because you've got the gearing there lurking. We have spotted the gearing. I'm not sure when the last time we spotted it was. But obviously the torp threat there is huge, so Gent's going to need to be careful.
Jetwaters' Hydro's running. He's going to decline to move up into those torpedoes.
Lord Diamond Stalingrad has pushed him.
Yeah, the Stalin's moved up. The Kleber had touched the cap briefly. Very aggressive. Outnumbered here as well, right? Because there's only 3 surviving ships on this flank for my team.
So how's the Henri? So Henri is full health, so that's obviously quite dangerous. But so I think your team need to choose what to do with that Henri. They can either keep it there and try and defend the cap, or they can do what I think they're doing, which is rotate it over to the other side. But that means they're basically sacrificing Jetwaters.
Well, the DM, yeah, so Waters might be able to engineer a trade with the Stalin and or the Kleber, but, I mean, when you're already down a ship, trading is not where you want to be. Some torpedoes coming in for Lord Damon now, but I think those are all going to miss. No, maybe take 1. Yeah.
Yep, 1 on the belt. Okay, Ken has now started that push up to the island. Now that Jet has been pushed back a little bit. We could even see the team leader in our Kleber playing as Pepe. That's actually Miki from Torres. Oh no, I was going to say maybe rushing the Des Moines, but they just lost some health, so I don't think that's
still upside down on health. Pushed off all the caps now, as you guys are starting to cap B as well.
So the Kleber is actually in torp range of your Des Moines, and there's the torps going out towards Jetwaters. Des Moines' Hydro is back in 15 seconds, which means that the torps will arrive just about the same time the Hydro comes back.
Torps are all actually... The torp salvo was largely... Well, I was going to say it was largely done with the assumption he was going to move forward into it, and he is.
Jet has.
Yeah, he has just stumbled.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
If he had held the reverse, he would have missed almost all of them, but it's going to end up being a dev strike here.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate change of direction. It's just one of those things when you're in a cruiser in that position, you're sort of jockeying backwards and forwards, and if the torps happen to arrive as you change direction, that's it.
Yep. Yeah,
okay, so we've got Moskva and Montana in the cap.
A little longer. Bummer.
We've got Moskva and Montana in the B cap. Montana's still got plenty of health. Your Kleber, King Viper,
King
is
Viper.
spotted on 2.3.
Yep, he's pretty low over here. The Stalingrad radar's kind of sussed him out, and then one or more of these shells probably going to end him here. There it goes. Kind of all over with the crying here, I think. We just don't have the health, the board position, or the resources to find a way to claw back into this game. You guys, I really like that central Montana position because it opens up the board. And I think just the you know, when our battleship is the first thing to go, that's really rough, you know, because then you're already down health because you're taking a destroyer comp, and now you're just giving up that much more.
Yeah, that 1-2 line strategy that a lot of the very experienced teams use in tournaments like King of the Sea, that's really hard for them to pull off, let alone a team that's literally just formed this week and has a mixture of experience.
Yep.
So, you know, props to the teams for trying that. And every time I've seen this map, someone's tried something like that.
Damon
yeah,
was about to
good fun to
die.
see.
Damon was flooding on a double fire. Couple more ticks, we would have had a little time extension there.
Yep. Yeah, I love that map. I think obviously it's one of the more recent maps, although not so recent anymore. But
not anymore.
I love seeing this map.
No, I do too.
It's really, really good fun.
Yeah, I really like Northern Waters. I think this is one of the better maps they've put out in a while. Well, that's a tough loss.
Okay, so
I mean, we played so well on that map to get to this point, and not that game.